1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I bet you're wondering, let me turn off the sound of this clock, why I'm doing that. Why am I counting? Well, it's an anniversary today. It's the anniversary of the first census. So today is the anniversary when Congress passed the Census Act of 1790. It's the authorized collection of population data by U.S. Marshals. And in case I didn't introduce myself, I'm Trisha the Knitting Lady. And I hope you like my videos. Please like, subscribe, and share. But I usually talk about trivia, I talk about affirmations, and today I'm going to talk about more yarn. And you're wondering what's in the background. Well, that's my workstation, and there's a screen. Except I think I set something up. I don't need a screen anymore. We shall see. So that's the anniversary of the census. And the first census, the population count was 3,929,214. That was in 1790. And just think of what the population of the United States is today. They said it was 1% of the U.S. current population back then. I don't know. I didn't look that up. Could be. And taking the census is mandated in the U.S. Constitution. The number of seats each state holds in the House of Representatives or Congress depends entirely on the census. So a permanent government agency, the U.S. Census Board, was created in 1902. So it went all those years without a formal agency. The records were lost over the years. More than 99% of the 1890 census was due to a fire at the Commerce Department in 1921. So unfortunately, all those records were lost due to fire. And today's the birthday, March 1st, of Roger Daltrey. I don't know if any of you were Who fans, but I always was. He was always my favorite. You know, they were the band when they first started out, used to destroy their instruments. I remember watching them on the Smothers Brothers show, and my father was sitting there watching with me, and then they destroyed their animals, their instruments. And my father turned to me and goes, "And you like this group?" I saw when they played Tommy at the Metropolitan Opera Company. That was when I was in high school. So today is also the birthday of Justin Bieber. He was born in 1994. Ron Howard, 1954. And Alan Thicke, I forget what show he was on. He was born in 1947, but he died in 2016. And March 1st, 1961, President John F. Kennedy established the Peace Corps. At one point, I thought I would go into the Peace Corps, but changed my mind. So it turns out I don't think I would have been a good candidate for the Peace Corps. So that's the trivia for today, and let me give the affirmation, and then I'm going to talk about my yarn collection, the start of it, since I didn't come on yesterday. I was just too tired after work. So today we're supposed to keep it positive. A positive attitude may not solve all your problems, but will annoy enough people to make it worth the effort. That's from Herm Albright. That's true. I don't know, I remember telling the story of this one guy I grew up with. I hadn't seen him in years, and you know, like everybody else, I didn't have an easy life, you know, and he knew a couple of things that went on, And he saw me in the local diner. I was living in Jersey and New Jersey, and New Jersey's well known for their diners. I miss going to a good diner. But he said to me, "So how you doing?" I said, "I'm okay." He goes, "Oh, you would smile if a train ran over you." Crazy thing to say, right? He had a problem with me always being positive, I guess. I was supposed to complain. Well, there's always a bright side of things, no matter what. I don't know if you remember Pollyanna. She used to sing the Glad song, and she would always find something to be glad about, even though things weren't always that good. So, people with negative attitudes are easily annoyed by people with positive attitudes. It's true. This may be because they see positivity as an implicit indictment, as if they were being charged with weakness, cowardice, or self-indulgence for giving in to their negativity. On the other hand, people with positive attitudes rarely seem annoyed by people's negative attitudes. We just avoid them. Someone has a negative attitude, I'm like, okay, stay away from you. This may be because negative people are such easy targets. There's not much sport in taking them on. Even with some of the crabbiest people I know, especially with the crabbiest people I know, I'm going to stay positive today. It will be interesting to see how they react. And for tomorrow, March 2nd, are you glad it's March? I don't know, I'm glad February's over. Self-confidence. Did you ever see an unhappy horse? Did you ever see a bird that had the blues? How would you know anyway? One reason why birds and horses are not unhappy is because they are not trying to impress other birds and horses. That's from Dale Carnegie. Somehow that doesn't make sense to me. How do you know if a bird or a horse is not happy? I mean, come to think of it, I've seen where a horse is not happy. You know, I don't know. And you don't want to get in their way when they're unhappy, that's for sure. Our gut is sticking out. Are we wearing the right clothes? The car looks pretty battered. Is it time to get a new one? We said a witty thing at work. Did our co-workers notice? Some days we act as if we're on a stage performing for an audience. Even when we think we're doing well, we can't be happy until we know that our audience thinks what our audience thinks of our performance. The problem is we can never know for sure before or even after the fact what other people are really thinking. It's true, unless they tell you. What others think of me matters, but it shouldn't matter as much as I think of myself. It's true. And you know some people just don't like you. I've run across that. It's like, and people once, someone said to me, how could anybody not like you? Meaning me. I said, oh, there are people who don't like me. Trust me. So, enough about that. We're going to get to the yarn. Let me get organized. Hi, there's my plastic container with the original holder of the yarn with the baby yarn and the odd pieces of yarn, and the Sorbus foldable bag storage organizers on top. Now, I bought the wrong one. The ones I bought before didn't have these 3 compartments. Let me go a little further. It's 2 of them. They're rather large, and it cost me, I think, about $13 something, almost $14 for 2 of them. But I'm still going to use it. In fact, it's going to work out better. So I'll have to buy some more for my other container. But for now, I'm going to put the baby yarn in one of them and the other odd yarn in the other. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, voila, we have an empty container. So let's go over slowly, I don't want to get you dizzy, over to the baby yarn container. All right, now we have the neutrals. I bought a lot of neutrals when I started doing things for the senior center. And then I also have some blues and stuff that's in the middle. And on the end, okay, let me move this over a little bit more. Remember these bobbins? I got these for $5 at Michael's. Why I bought them, I don't know, but I can make baby blankets out of that. I have 2 of them. Now we're gonna go over slowly. I'm on my knees. My knees are gonna kill me, but it's okay. This is my odd yarn. Now, this is fettuccine yarn. Let me try to get in here. I had bought this a couple years ago, fettuccine yarn, because I had all intentions of making this rug. Now, once I get started, it won't take me long. It's just getting started. Now, I'm sorry, I'm organized. These are my blues, not my blues, listen to me, reds and pinks. And over here, that's odd yarn, is, remember that little container I showed, my little pottery thing? These are my bags of different colors. Well, that's pretty matching. So you have all these little balls. I have another bag too. So I will make something out of that. It's going to be the oddest looking blanket, but who really cares? The blanket I made 2 years ago from the odd yarn I had is my favorite blanket. So, okay, out of 1 bin, I got 2, but that's all right. So I will go into another category, hopefully tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Take care.